Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week. So I want to start by saying we've got a really good group this semester, and a lot of students who have really gotten comfortable attempting to insert images and charts and graphs into their documents. And that's awesome. I really appreciate your willingness to go and try that out and experiment with some of those options. For those of you, though, who are feeling a little uncomfortable with what's available, who don't really have a good grasp on it yet, or for those of you who just aren't aware quite of all the tools that are available to you in Word, that's what we're going to talk about this week. So, we're going to start with tables. Um, there are a couple of ways to insert a table. First, we've got this lovely little, just go and select the table you want. Lovely. Um, you could also go to this insert table, and then just insert the number of rows and columns you want, and you've got it. Either way, you're going to have this nice little um, table tools ribbon open, and you can do things like change what kind of style you want for your table. I'm pretty old school, so I just really like this standard black on white. But you can do things with shading, with borders. I know some people like to set up tables without borders. So you can do that. So what I did was I went here and I clicked no border. One thing you notice though is that there's only one cell that doesn't have a border right now. If you're wondering why that is, it's because any formatting changes you make to a table, they only take place with whatever cell your cursor is in or whichever cells are highlighted. So if I want to have no border anywhere, I actually have to go and make sure all of these cells get highlighted. And we're just keeping track of it, so we can get away without the borders. Oh, if we want to. Let's not though. Let's have borders. It makes it easier for everyone to read and see. um, so let's go back to having borders. I think that's useful. But you can go. That's something you can go play around with. You also can do things with layout in this layout tab. Things like this is where you can uh, insert rows or columns. You can go do that. You can also get to that by right-clicking, insert, left, right, above, below. You can also delete rows or columns through this button. You can also delete an individual cell. So let's say I want to delete this cell. I'm just deleting one cell, so it actually is going to have to, unless I'm deleting the entire row or column, it's going to shift things a little. So I hit shift left, and now we've got this little, this has moved over, and we just don't have a cell here. You can also split cells, which is really cool. So I clicked into the cell I wanted, clicked split cells. I'm going to show that again. You're basically just creating a tiny little cluster of cells within a particular cell. And that's something that can be done for data or design or whatever you want. You can also here adjust the height and width of your cells. I've got 1/2 inch with 0.79 inches. I like that, but it's pretty easy to adjust height. See, I've just I've auto adjusted the width, and that was weird. So let's undo that. But you can change that however you want. You can have margins in your cell. So this actually here, it's got a margin. You can't quite tell, but there's a margin in the cell. So you can adjust those. And the margins here are 0.08, 0.08 on the left and right, much smaller than you'd see, obviously on a page. But if you want to play with that, you can play with that. Text direction. So if you've ever wondered, wow, how did people get that cool text going vertically in their chart, this is how you do that. Um, and if you want to say you want to format, put everything in bold here. So I just highlighted it and I didn't even right click. This just pulled up. You could also go into the home tab and use all of the formatting there. But this is something that's nice about 2013 is that it just opens up some of that really simple formatting. So highlights, bold, italics, the font size and style, and I wouldn't really recommend using a bulleted list in a table, but you could if you wanted to. Now, say you're actually working with numbers rather than creating, say, just a chart. Well, you can do that. You can, set up a standard table and enter your data. But if you actually want something that's going to allow you to have a table that's going to allow you to actually really work with numbers and really work with, side note, you can draw your own table too. I really don't recommend it. It doesn't work that well with just like your computer and your mouse. It's not that great. But it's there if you want it. You can play with it. But okay, so let me show that again. I sort of jumped ahead of myself. I'm gonna hit undo, undo. So what am I doing? Table, Excel spreadsheet. Give it a second. And now Word has opened an Excel spreadsheet, a mini little Excel spreadsheet right in my document. I'm so excited. So I'm going to enter my numbers. I'm gonna, start formatting. Just gonna put some numbers in here. So, got some numbers. So what's really cool about this is we're not going to get some of that same, formatting that we can lay out that we would be able to play with, say, in the other table ribbon, because right now, like, this is pretty much just like we're working in Excel, but we're working in Excel and Word. So you can't format it, and it's not going to look as pretty. It's going to look a lot more simplistic, but some of us actually really value that simplicity. But this is also great because it's giving you access to all of these Excel tools. So say I want to get the sum of all of these columns. I hit auto sum, I hit enter, auto sum, enter, auto sum, enter. If I want to get the maximum of that row, and I'm just doing the auto sum tools. I'm honestly not a huge Excel. What did I just do there? What did I get there? I wanted to get the maximum. Oh, I see what it's doing. As you can see, Excel is not my forte. I don't do a whole lot with numbers. um, Whatever. But the point is, you can see what I'm gonna get the average of the. Now it just wants to do the average of that. um, um, sure, we'll do that. Okay. Anyway, as you can see, you can actually use Excel if you're actually doing number things. You can do the conditional formatting in Word. And here's some table formatting, like with what we saw, because there's this table formatting here, and you can play with table styles, similar to what we were just looking at. Yes, I know Excel, I know. I'm sorry. But we click away, and look, it doesn't look like a spreadsheet anymore, it just looks like a table, which I'm going to center because this whole left line is driving me crazy. But again, so, and I didn't add any special table styling to it. But if you want to, I'm going to click away, say I want to edit it again, I just click in, and then it opens our little Excel format. Oh, format as table. Sure. Sorry. Anyway, so we've got this. It's a very simple table. And and it allows you, again, to just work with data and manipulate stuff. And so if that's what you want to do, feel free to use that. It's fantastic. And of course, it wouldn't be Word without some sort of automated stuff of dubious value. Insert table, quick tables. And then we have things like calendars, and double tables, and tabular lists. So, and then we can go and edit these things in here. So again, and these have some editing capabilities. Again, we have this. You can't really do anything with shading or colors or borders here in these automatic ones, but they're pretty cool if that's what you need and you don't want to just generate it on your own. And it doesn't want to let me center the whole table. There we go. So again, feel free to play with some of those. Just checking my notes to make sure I have not forgotten anything.